愿阴天、晴天，无论哪天，好心情无限。啦啦啦噜啦，喂，奶奶你好吗？注意身体哦，拜拜。I used to think it's not worth it. evil's predefined. Your evil's predefined.
Populous, the beginning.
Hello everyone. Oh, I'm here. I'm here. We're here. We're here and we're happy. We're here and we are happy. You may notice something different. That main different thing being there's no camera today. In an attempt to fix the audio clipping, which I don't think I have done successfully, but in an attempt to fix the audio clipping, we have deleted the camera, we've deleted the background video, we've lowered the bitrate of the stream, and we've also unplugged literally all the tech and plugged it back in. And I'm sure that won't make the bit of difference, and we're still going to have all the audio glitching, and this was an entire waste of time. But I did it anyway, so we can say we did it. A little bit sad, because I was proud of all that production. But, no, we are here, Populous The Beginnings Summer Team Draft Tournament. It is day number 3, and we'll go straight into it. I don't know why I'm rushing today of all days, because one of the players has said they're going to be late. But look, it's the tournament. So, once again, Populous The Beginnings Summer Team Draft Tournament. The players drafted from a pool of players. We had 15 signups, and the players drafted from those players. So they took turns, with Loot Hill being first pick, as decided by AI. Actually, I was doing some work at the time, and I just went, "Hey, AI, could you pick one of these two names completely randomly to draft first?" And it selected Loot Hill, so Loot Hill got to draft first, followed by Ice, and then they took turns picking those players. The captains then, after they picked their players, they were told, everyone was told, even the audience, what the maps were and when they would be, and they were told to assign their players to the maps. And they did this without knowledge of what the other team was doing. So all these matchups, they've been formulated without complete information is probably the best way to say that. All the players had to be used before they could be reused, meaning, every player has to be used twice, once before someone can be used twice. Everyone has to be used twice before someone can be used 3 times. With one exception, the one exception being the map we saw yesterday, Rivalry. That was a later addition to the map pool, and to make it fair, because one team had used all their players twice and one team had only bad players left, they were allowed to basically pick an extra player, or pick any player. And that same benefit was offered to the enemy team as well. They were allowed to pick an extra player. The reason I did that is because, of course, that map was not planned around. It was not part of the original plan. It was just to pad out the stream, because otherwise we would have had a massive 2-hour wait between Game 1 and Game 3. And I've got to be 100% honest with you, with how well Ice played it yesterday, I'm glad I added it. I had a call with Babbo earlier, who were playing some League of Legends, boo hiss. We were playing some League, and Babbo actually said himself that Ice was the better player. Babbo had just outgrown him and sort of run away with it that way. So I am glad I added that map. I don't regret adding that map because I thought it was fantastic. But each matchup has been kept secret until the day of those matches. So we didn't even reveal today's matches in any of the previous streams either. I did think about it for a while, but changed my mind. So once again, just to remind yourselves, for those of you who have or have not seen it, this is the draft. This is how it went. Of course, Loot Hill and Ice are our captains. We've got the Kushals with Mr. Cooper, Babbo OP, Mami Tass, Bianca from Gods of Destruction, Dugs, D for Kundal, and Noob Svarog. That's not me being mean to Svarog, that is the clan that he is in. It's called Noob's Hut is the clan, and that is the tag. I'm not just being really mean. And then over on Hybrid Theory, we've got Ice T as our captain, Marcus from TSI, Demon Chegg from TSI, Tundar from OP, Ex-Lord Death from TSI, Clan Asgard's Rallyma, and TDM's Mr. Tank. And I guess we could also put in the brackets at the bottom here, Clan Asgard's Keith52, as Keith52 subbed in for them yesterday on Cross Fields Engaged. So here's today's matchup. I won't drag it out. These are the players you're going to be seeing playing today. So on 2-on-2, we're going to have Mammoth of the Absolutes and Loot Hill of Overpowered facing off against Tundar of Overpowered and TDM's Mr. Tank. Then we're going to have Mammy and Dugs going to be taking on Rallyma and Mr. Tank in Pressure Point Revival. And then we're going to be closing out this tournament with Mr. Cooper versus Rallyma as a 1 versus 1 on Yggdrasil. If anyone doesn't know how we're doing so far, these are our scores, of course. Once again, lovingly covered up by Slime Chat. But we've got currently in the lead is Hybrid Theory. They've got 3 wins. Whereas the Kushals only have 2. Hybrid Theory won on New Brimnir Palace, 4 Walls and Cross Fields Engaged, but they lost on Pressure Point and Rivalry. People in the chat for the Discord where I was arranging this earlier, they were asking what happens in the event of a tie, and the answer is I do not know. And in fact, the W's that you see on the day of the stream, so these ones highlighted in white, I obviously edit them in post and then replace the image, but the ones that aren't highlighted that you've been seeing on the day, I've placed those manually and I've been guessing who wins, and so far I'm 5 out of 5 in guessing who wins. We'll see if that keeps up today. I'm actually hoping I have to embarrassingly move one of them around, because if it keeps up today, we are going to have the full the tie. Whereas if one of the predictions I have drops the ball, then I don't need to worry about what we do in the event of a tie. So, maps for today: 2-on-2, Pressure Point, Revival, and Yggdrasil. So who's going to be playing in our first game? Of course, I believe this is his first tournament appearance, and Slime Chat is actually below the cards. There you go. Fixed you. Made sure we can read what you're up to. We've got the Absolutes Mammy, or Mammoth. It's actually a former moderator for the Populous Reincarnated service and a well-beloved member of the community. Mammy's longest game is 2 hours and 54 minutes long, with an average game of 24 minutes. He's got a total game time of 2 months, 24 days, 11 hours, 35 minutes, and 29 seconds. His recent match history: doesn't add up to 20, so I don't know how I managed to do that. He's got 8 wins and 13 losses. His favourite map is Pressure Point from the beginning map pack. He's got 94 allies betrayed, 51,000 shamans killed, and 729,000 total population killed. Allying Mammy in this first game of Clan Overpowered, it is Loot Hill, and team captain for the Kushals as well. Loot Hill's longest game is 1 hour, 55 minutes and 31 seconds. He's got an average game length of 24 minutes. He's played a total of 1 month, 16 days, 2 hours, 6 minutes and 47 seconds. He's got a recent match history of 11 wins and 9 losses, and his favourite map is also Pressure Point from the beginning map pack. Loot Hill has only betrayed his ally 48 times. He's killed almost 30,000 shamans, and he's got a total population killed of 409,000. So who's going to be facing off against these two on 2-on-2? Well, first and foremost of the Clan Overpowered, with a longest game of 9 hours, 53 minutes and 10 seconds, it is Tundar. Tundar is a long-standing member, the infamous cockroach, I think everyone likes to call Tundar. And before you think, well, that's a very horrible thing to say about one of your players, he loves that nickname. Tundar relishes in the reputation, and he got it because he's notoriously difficult to kill. As high-ranked players go, Tundar is very, very hard to finish finish off in a 2 versus 2. So he's a very robust player, and he's been around a very, very long time. He's got an average game length of 25 minutes. He's got a total game time of 4 months, 25 days, 11 hours, 3 minutes and 21 seconds. His recent match history is also 8 wins and 12 losses. His favourite map is Pressure Point from the beginning. He's betrayed his allies 74 times, killed 83,000 shamans, and killed 1.2 million population. Those of you who are wondering what those stats are, they're just career stats. They're tracked within the Populous Reincarnated service, and all I did was lift them from the profile. They will be out of date because obviously I had to prepare these in advance, so players will have played games since then. And their match histories, I just took a subset of recent games, which for some people is more recent than others. But anyway, that's Tundar, and allying Tundar is the reason for the delay today. It is TDM's Mr. Tank. Longest game of 1 hour, 25 minutes. Average game length of 23 minutes. Total game time of 18 days, 4 hours, 48 minutes and 26 seconds. A recent match history of 9 wins and 11 losses. His favourite map is the 6 or 8 player version of Four Walls. He's betrayed his ally 5 times, killed 10,000 shamans, and only 147,000 total population. So those are our players. Those are everyone we have today. And you may have noticed I did state that there's going to be a delay because he's decided that he's going to be late. As per tournament rules, you are allowed to be up to 15 minutes late. If you are 16 minutes late, you get disqualified. So he is, unfortunately, allowed to be late. So we've got some air to fill. Look. Oh, look, it's me again. Instead of a nice video, you've got a screenshot, a picture of a microphone, my name, and my voice. All the worst bits about me, really. Hi, microphone. Microphone says hi. So we've got about 10 minutes. He says he's going to be 10 minutes late, but we've got a total of 15 minutes before we can disqualify him and move on to the next game. What I will do is, as blah 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 blah. Sorry, I read Matchmaker chat while I was talking, and that just like stops my brain. Whenever I read Matchmaker chat, I just begin to stop functioning like a human being. I need the players to announce in Matchmaker chat. So because the Kushals lost Crossfields was the last game we played yesterday, they, much like Hybrid Theory with the day before, they get to pick the bases for 2-on-2, which is the first game. I'm just getting the Kushals to announce in chat so everyone knows their colour for Tot. Yeah, I know, Loot Hill, you don't have to keep typing it. It wasn't for me. T-Rod's wetting his knickers in Matchmaker chat because he's got the maturity of a 3-year-old. So anyway, we've got to kill some time. I must stop looking at Matchmaker chat, which I'm going to do now because it's bringing the professionalism on the mood down. We're going to ignore the Matchmaker and we're going to talk a little bit about the first map that we are going to be seeing today. The map is 2-on-2. It is the first map that I really fell in love with. It's one of the few maps on the beginning map pack that players have experience with. I would say only old players really have experience with it. It definitely fell out of fancy. It's traditionally played with praying off. Hold on. I know I said I was going to stop talking in Matchmaker. Anyway, 2-on-2 is there are two stone heads in the center of the map. One of them is for teleport and one of them is for AOD. Teleport being one of the, if not the single most powerful spell in the game, if you can get it for free. The guest spells are... Okay, this is really distracting. I just need to ignore a few people to clear up my matchmaker, because it's throwing me off. Ignore... and ignore. It's a very common thing in Populous that people like to complain that they are being punished when they're not actually being punished, as if we don't have full access to the logs and can see who's on a list to be punished and who isn't. So they like to sit there going, I've been banned, and it's like, I can literally see you're not banned. And I'm like, yeah, but I've been banned. And like, I can see that you're not. And like, yeah, but I'm banned. It's hard work. But anyway, what were we talking about? The tournament. Tournament 2-on-2. The bases are uneven for 2-on-2. Green has a substantially bigger base, but they don't really have the wood to build it out and flesh it out fully straight away. Meanwhile, you have yellow base, which is if you don't harvest the wood in yellow, I find that the wood just disappears. They're considered sort of the late game side of it. Blue gets a very, very strong convert, and this also gives them an advantage in that they can reach the middle faster. Balaridi, let me play for tank and I swear I won't troll. Right. Yeah, blue gets the strongest convert. This gives them a nice, strong mana lead, and red's base is just a very nice, comfortable, all-round, no strengths, no weaknesses kind of base. There are multiple strategies you tend to see on 2-on-2, which I won't go into because I don't want to give the teams ideas if they didn't practice, or spoil strategies for other teams if they did. But there are typically a couple of ways that 2-on-2 pans out. We are at 8 of 15 minutes. Remember, if the timer reaches quarter past, we will disqualify Mr. Tank in line with the rules. He said 10 minutes, so that shouldn't be an issue. But we are at 8, and I am keeping a close eye on it. There will not be a second sub if he... No, there will not be a second sub. I'm declaring that now. There will not be a second sub. If he tells me 5 minutes before the stream starts that he's going to be late. He tells me 5 minutes before the stream starts that he's going to be late. It's within the usual... And this is a map I rearranged for him. This map was not here yesterday. Originally. I moved this map specifically to his time slot with him confirming he could do it. So, you know, I have feelings about that, but that will be in my post-tournament write-up, which is how I've been coping with my saltiness. Is I've been doing a post-tournament write-up, which will. If Tank doesn't show up, will we skip to the next game? Yes, we will, but if someone's not free, then they're not going to be penalised for not being free. I only penalise if it is their original agreed upon time, and they are not there. So if yeah, can you do the 1v2? Sure. If you as a team agree that you want the 1 versus 2 instead of a 2 versus 2 or a disqualification, sure. You can have the 1 versus 2. 100%. I'll give you that. Okay, cool. I'll give you that. 100%. They want the 1v2 unanimously. Okay. Sure. Usually the disqualification is because I do 1 versus 1 tournaments, but there's absolutely no reason why, if Tundar wants to play by himself and the team want him to play by himself, absolutely no reason. I imagine the microphone audio clipping has still been around. I did drop the bit rate and lower the quality of the stream, and apparently the professionalism with it. But I really tried. I really did try. You haven't heard a single clip. Oh. Don't get my hopes up, Loot Hill. Don't tantalize me like that. Okay, I'm going to say 3-minute warning. 3-minute warning for Mr. Tank. 3-minute warning. Yeah, Babo's usually pretty good about that. Babo's very sweet. He's messaging me first thing this morning to be like, have you tried this? Have you tried this? Have you tried this? Very kind of you. Thank you, Babo, for trying to help me with my microphone issues. I tell you what, everyone makes fun of Tsuyoshi for muting half the lobby. I'm loving this. It's so much more peaceful. Just got half the lobby on ignore so they don't distract me while I'm streaming, and this is great. I love it. I'm gonna start doing this more often. Okay, Mr. Tank has arrived. Just confirming that everyone's happy with their bases. Tank's fine. Nami's fine. Oh, right. You won't see my face bathed in the so loud. You won't see my face bathed in the yellow glow today because the camera's off. I'm trying to save my poor microphone. Okay, once all our players are ready, we will get the map introduction. Oh, have I done the map introductions? I might have forgotten to change the map introductions for yesterday, from yesterday. Okay, all players are ready. I'll see you on 2-on-2. This map intro may not be about 2-on-2. Mr. Tank is officially banned from my tournaments because he clicks yes. So I queue up the intro, then immediately changes to no. So, no more Mr. Tank. Ruined everything. What is up, everyone? It is Lovenji Gaming, and we are here on 2-on-2. This is the third and final day of the Team Summer Draft Tournament, or Summer Team Draft Tournament. I have been changing the way that I want to say that repeatedly. And we're going to be closing it out today, maybe with a tie. There are no games after the 3 today, and with Hybrid Theory 1 game up currently, and my predictions, if they are continue to be 100% accurate, we're going to see a draw by the end of the day, and I'm sure everyone's going to love that. We're playing as the Cyan Tribe in the blue base. It's the team captain for the Kushals. Member of Clan Overpowered, it is Loot Hill. His ally for 2-on-2. Red Tribe, red base from the Absolutes, it is Mammy. On the other side, we've got Yellow Tribe, yellow base of Clan Overpowered. Hoping to give the win over to Hybrid Theory. It is Tunda, our infamous cockroach. And building up a storm up in green base. You've got to be careful about this. We were talking about this before the game launched. I will repeat it again if you skip straight to the game in the VOD. But building up a storm from TDM. It is Mr. Tank, who we don't like at the moment because he ruined that intro. But you've got to be careful with 2-on-2. You've got to be careful how rapidly you build. The space is quite generous. Bases have access to more wood than others, but perhaps scariest of all is probably the changes that 1.5 made to the wood finding algorithm, meaning that Braves are actually aware that trees exist. And what you'll find is when the Braves are aware that trees exist, you think you're building up a good speed, and then they'll just go cutting trees anyway, because they're like, I would rather have this tree than this wood pile. Oop. So, as if by magic, perfectly illustrated. Now that we're in the game, we can of course talk a little bit about one of the things that happens in 2-on-2, which is you often see yellow and green have the base advantage in terms of the size of their bases, but they don't have the wood to build it. So this game is a little bit lopsided in favor of blue, red early. And to get around that, very similarly to Craters, where blue and yellow apply a lot of pressure onto the red tribe, you'll often see a very fast backdoor from yellow, with green and yellow trying to double red out of the game effectively. You see that even when praying isn't on. Praying on is referred to as the ability to worship these stoneheads. The abilities in these stoneheads are exceptionally powerful, so this was traditionally played without praying, but in tournaments I always allow praying because stoneheads are there for a reason. This one is teleport, of course, and this one is Angel of Death. Both very, very good spells, and it looks like our friends over at Team Kushals are going to be kushaling up perfectly to these stoneheads. Mr. Tank, however, not one to fall behind. He actually does make it there fast enough to contest. So if I was Mammut, I would be a little nervous right now because Tundar has not even attempted to connect to the teleport. And if someone doesn't even try to race you to the teleport, that means you're getting backdoored. We've got the warrior training hut here already, and in fact it's already training a lot of warriors, so we're going to see a backdoor from Mami, onto Mami here. That strategy that we talked about. It's going to be a little less strong because it looks like green is going to try to contest blue. So typically you would double backdoor, but with green contesting blue here, or cyan, just the one backdoor. It's a little bit weaker, but a little bit safer because now green's less in danger to blue just getting involved somewhere else. Oh, what a blast from Loot Hill. Mr. Tank just goes straight down and have a little bit of a worship at the Angel of Death. Oh, look at this teleport. I think it's only 2 minutes. I think it's something like 2 minutes and 10 seconds. These pray very fast. Interesting choice here. Tundar actually bringing his warriors up this way, so it looks like a double onto blue. That's brave because he's effectively going to give over to Mammut a free teleport, and the shaman can do a lot with a free teleport. Lightning from Loot Hill misses the mark. What else does Loot Hill have? What was that lightning? Oh, he was aiming for Tundar. Great choice by Loot Hill. Shame he missed it. But he gets Mr. Tank with the blast. That's a teleport over to Mami. Now Tundar's in a dangerous position because if he dies here, he's walked all the way over here for no reason, and Tundar does die! Light Hill is just going to sit on the hill with lightnings and secure himself a free Angel of Death, and there's absolutely no reason not to do that. Game is going to change shape now. A lot of warriors for Tundar, hoping to help Mr. Tank get through, I suppose. It's a brave choice. I certainly wouldn't want to. But you've got to remember, this whole time, Mammut's shaman is just chilling on this hill. She's got one already. She's getting a second teleport. She's just building mana. So at any second, we're just going to see her disappear, and someone's going to have a very bad time. So again, if you have a look, green base is absolutely massive, but you can't just build it constantly. There's already a lot of wood death going on here. You've got to manage the wood very, very carefully in order to efficiently build out the green base, which is sort of why you can have these lopsided bases and it balances out, because you have, if blue-red don't make stuff happen, these bases are going to be massive, and once they're massive, you can pretty much do nothing about it. Loot Hill and Mr. Tank going to be dueling off again. Nice second light from Loot Hill. He needs to be a little bit better though, because he's always missing this first light. And it's okay if you can cast the second one fast enough, but if Mr. Tank reacted faster there, he'd nudged him right forward. Mr. Tank could have hit that light. Second warrior training hut for Mammoth here. He is understanding the assignment. Tundar going for the ghost shamans now as well, being a little bit sneaky. I think what Tundar has tried to do is he's tried to say, oh look, I keep going topside, so you're going to think I'm going topside again, and now this might be the real shaman. Now, if you are Loot Hill, you're happy to just sit on this hill, but if you're Mammoth, where do you go with the teleport? Do you hit yellow, or do you hit green so that Loot Hill can just finish it off when he gets his Angel of Death? I prefer hitting green, personally. Yep, there you go, there's the fake shaman. Fake shaman's being made use of by Mr. Tank to try and distract Loot Hill. All Loot Hill has to do here is put some ghost armies down, and then everything's different. There's the Angel of Death. It's a little bit too late to be successfully contesting this. Now Mr. Tank needs to spam fake fire warriors. Fake fire warriors and ghost braves, and the Angel of Death will achieve very, very little. But we'll see if he does that. We'll see if he knows to do that. He's not casting any ghost army yet. So his defense is just being opened wide up. This is an unfortunate Fire Warrior hut for blue. I don't like it. I know a lot of people put it here, but you have this annoying slope. The troop reinforcements are quite long. So we've got a long side here from green. I have seen green do this before. It's 3 land bridges, then oh, we've got the teleport. There's the teleport firestorm from Mammoth, but he died. It looks like Tundar had the fire warriors ready. So Mammoth teleports in, casts a single firestorm, and then dies immediately. Abram doesn't believe in the long side. It's okay. It's acceptable. I do see green do this. It's typically better if you already have the spell. So if you can go like, if you can go land bridge, land bridge, land bridge, flatten, flatten, land bridge, like all in one go, you can be in the heart of Blue's base, and Blue's base is not very big, so that can be enough. Especially with all these warriors supporting by Tundar, but he's just sort of, he started it and left it. So now all this really is just a second way to attack for Loot Hill, if Loot Hill wants it. And clearing up the hill, that is his real shaman. This doubling Loot Hill strategy is very interesting. Look at all these warriors. They've got a very clear battle plan going on here, and it is to kill Loot Hill. Oh, what a lightning from Loot Hill, though. Knocking Tundar into the water and just saying that's that to this troop pressure. Loot Hill is handling a defensive game very, very well. It's very difficult to play when you're under this much pressure, to be like, oh, if I make one mistake, I could lose the entire game here. Maintaining some degree of calm to hit lights like that, very, very important. Most of our great players can do that. Teleport gonna go the way of Mammoth. It looks like Mr. Tank just died to the Angel of Death there. Still in the base. Again, not making the ghosts has sort of been the end of this for him. Braves pushing Loot Hill back. Fire Warriors not enough to get a kill there, but Loot Hill's in fist fight with the warrior. Tell you what, shamans typically do not beat warriors in a fist fight, but the AOD is like, I got you, bro. Swooping in to save the day. And that is the end of the Angel of Death as well. I don't think Loot Hill completed the prey on his second one, so he does have that available to him. He's spotted Tundar's warriors. He's going to group them up, and there you go. There goes Tundar's warriors, just like that. That's a lot of mana and a lot of resource. Tundar's going full in on Ghost Shamans right now. Loot Hill's in a dangerous position. He throws out the lightning. He doesn't get it. Now Loot Hill is in a really dangerous spot. Mammoth could save him with a teleport, or Mammoth could attack back. We'll see what Mammoth does. Good amount of warriors. I'm not quite sure what killed Mr. Tank, but Mr. Tank has somehow died. Tundar's going to finish the long side into Loot Hill's base. We'll see what Tundar can do. Loot Hill does respawn, so the damage here might not be huge. One Earthquake is fine. Oh, but I think Tundar got the second off. We'll see. I don't... Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. No. Yeah, no, no, no. Second didn't go off. But look at this. Look what our friends are. Look what our friends are preparing at the Kushals. They're planning a... Oh. Oh. I didn't even see this happening. Oh, I'm blind. People were saying Mami needed to make a move, and Mami made a move so fast that I didn't even see it. The warriors are going to be pouring into Tundar's base from behind, supported by Loot Hills. Massive troop swell from the Kushals, whilst Tundar and Mr. Tank going to be applying all the pressure they can. I'm pretty sure that's a fake Tundar. That is a fake Tundar. Mr. Tank goes straight into the water, but he's got the Lambridge to save himself. Loot Hill getting a bit impatient, chasing down the hill there. You've got to be careful. Don't lose the high ground. Crucial stuff happening on both sides. This is important. This is what the Kushal should have been doing against Keith on high ground, is going around him instead of walking at him repeatedly over and over and over again. Lightning from Mr. Tank doesn't find the kill. Earthquake onto the high ground. Fire Warriors in the hut. Very helpful defense to have. They're going to bully the Shaman. I think she's going to die. Yep, there she goes. So now it's Loot Hill's turn to attack back on Mr. Tank, and I don't think there's anything to defend. These warriors are scary. They're just sat there. So this has been a fake Shaman for who knows how long, and it's been fooling me, because it's fooled some of the chat as well, because the chat's been saying Mammoth needs to make a move. Mammoth has most certainly been making a move. Is that a real Shaman? I'm not sure it is. Yeah, I don't think that's a real Shaman. Loot Hill paying respect to the Ghost of Tundar there. Lightning for Mr. Tank does get a good amount of warriors. I don't know what's happening there. Blasts are exchanged, lightnings are missed, warriors are fighting one another. Oh, Loot Hill rolls into the water. The tiniest puddle in the world, and Loot Hill's like, I fancy a swim, you know. So this is the interesting stuff. And this is where Tundar's strongest, by the way. Tundar loves troop versus troop games. He absolutely loves games where it's not about his Shaman at all, but it's about the troops that you use. So Tundar's a little bit in his element right now. Oh, but look at this. Look at this. At this. This is dangerous. I don't know if Tundar sees it. He is backing off, so I think he might. Tundar might be aware that something's going on. Oh, teleport Lambridge from Mammoth there. I think he did that to make this one as well, because we only saw one Lambridge notification, but Tele Lambridge from Mammoth. Nicely executed. It's a highway into the base for all of these warriors. Unfortunate that Mami died there. Had Mami not died, that could be potentially much better. Loot Hill still struggling against Mr. Tank, though. Mr. Tank's got a lot of pressure over the Cyan Shaman there. Tundar's base has taken a few hits. Tundar's actually lost his Fire Warrior training hat, I believe. No, it's over here. Never mind. That's a vulnerable place. Second Earthquake. Going to get very little, but, you know, it's just pushing Loot Hill back. So Loot Hill now respawned. He's going to look to counter. Tandar's forced to be defensive because the second he goes anywhere, the largest warrior... Oh no, Mamu! The largest warrior army I have ever seen is going to go somewhere, and it's going to go wherever the shaman is not. Although at the moment it's running directly at the shaman, which... This feels counterintuitive. So I've missed what happened to Loot Hill, but it appears that Loot Hill's not attacking, which means Loot Hill has died. Tundar gets into the base, he throws down a Firestorm, and he gets 2 Earthquakes off as well. Big attack here from Tundar, even throwing out a Tornado. But now he's died, and what's more is Mamu is still alive. These warriors, they're a little bit out of... I like this idea from Tundar, it's cute. Just lowering the hill. Firestorm from Mamu, teleporting into Tundar's base. Just immediately throwing down a volcano. The last volcano we saw in this game got cancelled by some asshole with Armageddon. Said with love, said with love. So here's our first actual volcano of the game going off. You've got to love that devastation. The warriors, though, where are the warriors going? The warriors have got to go somewhere. They've got to do something. They can't just run back and forth in Mamut's base, achieving nothing. Look, they were here, then they were here, then they were here, then they were here, and now they're circling in the base. You've got to end the volcano with troops. That's the point. Otherwise, you've just given them a hill. So, swarms come out from Tundar. Trying to scatter some of the followers. Tundar's not got very much of a base right now. He did save the population, though. So he has got the population, he's just not got the base. I actually think I know what was happening. I think Mami was trying to send his warriors in here. And because this has been flattened, they keep going... They keep turning around and trying to go in the other way. So I think Mami's been countered by Tundar's LB. I think that's what's happening. Loot Hill, though, he's really struggling under Mr. Tank's warriors. Look at this. Loot Hill is being forced to just clear up warriors. Loot Hill takes another Earthquake, and you've got to remember, Blue Base is not big. Loot Hill is in big trouble here. Mamu needs to make something happen, and he needs to make it happen now, because otherwise the Kushals are going to lose this game. Did Mami lose that Shaman duel? Mamu's lost that Shaman duel. There's Tundar coming in from the back. This could be the deciding moment here. Loot Hill sees it. He is retreating. He does need to defend. This is all or nothing. He needs to make sure he kills this Shaman. But you know what? Tundar's now out of position. This could have been a mistake from Tundar, because not only does he die, but all these warriors are now going to get into his base. Tundar's just let those warriors in. We'll see what Mami can do. He needs to basically kill Tundar, because Loot Hill is now struggling. Mr. Tank's got green base pretty much online. Why Mr. Tank is not praying for the AOD while he has control of the map is beyond me. If Mr. Tank does lose this game, it will be because of that. Not making use of Angel of Death when it's free. Mammoth beats Tundar there. We've got a Shaman duel back here where Mr. Tank loses to Loot Hill. So good defense. And it looks like Mammoot's just going to get in here. And got to remember, Tundar dying there isn't just about what Mami's shaman could do. It's about these warriors that are still alive and now running rampant. Tundar losing a warrior training hut. He's losing large huts. If Mami can get these troop training huts, Tundar's in a bad position. Looks like Mami's positioning his shaman to try and get the core camp. Good choice. If Tundar dies a third time, that can be a deciding element. But look, Loot Hill's got such little command of the game. You can just see all these green dots all over his base. There's just warriors everywhere. Loot Hill can only hold on for so long. That looks like a dead Tundar. I think Tundar did die back-to-back again. So now these are warriors. Absolutely going to delete Tundar's capacity to play here. And I don't think Tundar saved population. Yeah, look, you can see the very small amounts of Braves running across the map. Tundar has effectively allowed himself to be eliminated unless he can kill Mami here. Can Mami get the core camp? Mami doesn't even try. If Mami had a light there and just threw that off, that could have been it. Nice light from Tundar, but doesn't quite find the kill, but he's chasing Mami now. Mami's trying to waste time. Mami goes into the water. Another earthquake for Mr. Tank, and it's deep as well. Loot Hill is just drowning under the mana that the green base has. It might not even matter if Tundar dies. Green might just be that big. He's still not playing. He's still not praying to this, though. People saying losing to Tank was not on the bingo card. He didn't really lose to... He lost to Tank plus Tundar. But yes. Definitely is a surprise. But this is the cost, right? Tundar has effectively lost everything he has in order to do that. To put Loot Hill on the back foot like that, he's lost everything. And now, Loot Hill's had the pressure taken off his base long enough that he could get up. And look! Fire Warriors from Mammoth just killing Tundar. Now it's up to Mr. Tank to carry this game. And Mr. Tank is big. He is definitely in a position where... I'm pretty sure if we gave Mr. Tank's base to Nisi in this game right now, Nisi's like, yeah, sure, I'll 1 versus 2. But look at Loot Hill right now. Earthquaking. I think the Kushals have done it. I think Tundar losing his base is big, and I think Mr. Tank's decision to go to Tundar there was wrong. Because Loot Hill was allowed out of his base for 5 seconds, and Loot Hill has just been camping. He's just been defending. He's just been holding lights and killing shamans and charging earthquakes. And so this is... You've effectively just let Loot Hill out of his base. Firestorm for Mammoth. Yeah, I think the chat is calling GG. I think we're inclined to agree with them. It was very, very nerve-wracking for the Kushals there. Mr. Tank did a phenomenal job. Look at this blue front. But it wasn't good enough. Mammoth's got some holes in his base as well, but let's look over here. Just a crucial back-to-back death for Tundar. Unfortunate, but it does happen. Loot Hill getting another kill onto Mr. Tank there as well. Come on, Loot Hill, don't die to the followers now. I believe in you. Chat calling out that it was a valiant effort from Tank and Tundar. I thought they were winning. I thought they were going to win that game. When I saw Mami's warriors just going back and forth here, doing nothing, I thought, great. They're useful. When Tundar was here, if this changed, if this happened, this would have changed everything. And I think Mr. Tank made a critical error not getting this. While Loot Hill was pinned in his base, he should have been praying to this. That would have been 1 AOD, maybe even 2. and that would have changed everything. So I think this was a critical play. It was a big mistake. Tundar dying here was an error, and then we had 2 deaths from Tundar at his core. Tank is attacking, however. He's not one to be outdone. He's gonna go. If he's gonna go down, he's gonna go down swinging. He's got fire warriors everywhere, just bullying the shaman. She does get the earthquake off though. Let's see what it does. It's another large hut. Every large hut is big to the blue tribe, but they don't have a very big base, and it's even smaller with all that damage to the front. But look at this. Tundar has no base. There is nil base with Tundar right now. And Tundar also, of course, didn't save his population, so Tundar's pop is here. I think this might actually even be Tundar resigning from the game. He's got 1 brave left. Throws out a land bridge and he dies. Tundar's brave here. I don't know where he's got extra population. Something is keeping Tundar alive. But where? Is this a... He's built a hut. Tundar's built a hut. Whose hut spawned another brave. So, Mami and Loot Hill are going to close out this game. I'm just going to finish it off. Tundar's dismantling. It's right, Tundar, you've got this. You've got this. I believe in the cockroach. Quake for Tundar. Trying to kill some fire warriors. GG is called. Mr. Tank finally surrenders. Tundar is not one to surrender. He's going to go out swinging. That's the way the old guard do it. That's the way they've always done it before we added things like this fancy surrender function, as we just get pushed in the water. Tundar calls that an homage to Babbo. So, that is game number 1. The Kushals have evened up the score 3-3. Did I get it right? You'll see it on the post-game screen. I sort of got it right. I put it in the wrong place. We've got conspiracy theories in chat. My favourite. Everyone's spreading their favourite populous conspiracy theories. What's your favourite populous conspiracy theory, chat? So, in the break, Hybrid Theory have announced they're going to be taking yellow-green for Revival Pressure Point. So I've got to find which Revival map pack it's in, because I can never remember. Excuse me. I am so sorry. I tried to mute and missed the button. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Jackie, you're new to the Populous scene. Did you know that they have their own conspiracy theories? We've got Blue Shaman gets the most mana. We've got the Red Troops. We've got Blue Shaman gets most mana. Red Troops are strongest. Yellow builds faster. And green breeds faster. Those are the conspiracy theories. It's mixed with one that's actually true. The one about yellow sitting higher in the tower, that is true. That one is actually true. Because of the model and where she's placed. Yes, yeah, we do. That's why they're called conspiracy theories and not alternative facts. Yeah, no, we do. So, anyway, I was just sorting out that map. We've got, up next, we've got Mammy Tass and Dogs versus Clan Asgard's Rallymer and Mr. Tank. It's going to be Pressure Point Revival, which is Pressure Point we've already seen. It's with the Revival mod pack. The Revival mod pack was made by Rallymer with a balancing team that included myself, Jimmy Hunter, and Populous YouTuber The Beginning as part of its testing team. It aimed to bring back all spells and all buildings and rebalance them. So there's a ton of cool features that alter the behavior of the game through the use of lure to try and make the strategic depth of Populous a little bit greater than Earthquake only. It's an interesting idea. It's certainly not for everyone, and I think when we ran a dedicated tournament, we saw a lot of its weaknesses in the Revival tournament. I believe the VODs of that are accessible on YouTube. But it is fun. It is fun. It's silly. It was just one map. That tends to be how I include Revival as a single map. An entire tournament of Revival felt like way too much. But anyway, let's introduce our players. We've just seen him in the first game. 2 hours 54, longest game length, average game length of 24 minutes, 2 months, 24 days, 11 hours, 35 minutes total game time. We should say 9 wins and 11 losses, so that it rounds up to 20 for Mammy, because he just won that last game. His favourite map is Pressure Point from the beginning map pack, which is what we're going to be playing, albeit modded. He's betrayed his allies 94 times, he's killed 51,000 shamans, and he's got a total population killed of 729,000. Be a little bit higher after that previous game. Now, over here, we've got Doug's. Doug's is not, that I know of, affiliated with a clan. His longest game is 1 hour 29 minutes. His average game length is 22 minutes long. His total game time is 1 month, 4 days, 7 hours, 52 minutes. His recent match history is 11 wins and 9 losses. His favourite map is the 6 or 8 player 4 walls. He's betrayed his allies 4 times, killed almost 21,000 shamans, and murdered 243,000 population. Those are the players that you're cheering for if you're a Team Kushals fan. But what if you like Hybrid Theory? Well, if you like Hybrid Theory, you're going to be cheering for Clan Asgard's Rallymer, who is the person who made this mod and is one of its strongest players. His longest game is 2 hours 15 minutes long. He's got an average game length of only 15 minutes. His total game time is 19 days, 3 hours, 54 minutes and 36 seconds. His recent match history is 7 wins and 13 losses. His favourite map is Treacherous Waters from the Revival Regenerated map pack. He's betrayed his allies 3 times. His shaman he has killed 10,000 shamans, and he's killed almost 131,000 total population. Allying Rallymer, we've just seen him, but we'll introduce him again to be nice. It is Mr. Tank. Mr. Tank's longest game, 1 hour 25 minutes, 46 seconds. The average game length, 23 minutes long. Total game time of 18 days, 4 hours, 48 minutes and 26 seconds. Recent match history of 8 wins and 12 losses after that 2-on-2 game. His favourite map is 4 walls, either the 6 or 8 player version. Mr. Tank has betrayed his allies 5 times, killed 10,491 shamans, and killed 147,000 population in total. Those are our players, and everyone's in the bases that they want. So we're going to launch, and we're going to hope for the best. You're only gonna. I've only just started trying to track these stats for the tournament's decky. I do my very best. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the stats don't go back to the very start of a Populous player's life. But they are better than nothing, and they make fun little player cards. I quite like the player cards. We're only going to see them one more time this tournament. I hope you've enjoyed them. I hope you've enjoyed the player cards and the map introductions. The map introductions are my favourite. I accept that they're not the best edited. I am not a video editor. I had to learn how to edit videos pretty much instantly just to make them. So they could certainly be better, but I do like them. I like them a lot. Oh, this is good. Okay, there we go. We'll try again. Saying that this 2220 version is the one that throws him constantly on the anniversary. All players have clicked in. If it's awful, let me know and I can get everyone to update. I will certainly force an update for player quality. But anyway, let's players are ready. Hi everyone! We're here in the revival mod and we've got a pause because that's what Populous does. We've had a player lose their key bindings. This is an issue that has plagued the introduction of key bindings. It was a fantastic idea to let players play with keybinds, but they disappear. And Tyler says they don't disappear. They do. But it's a hard to recreate issue, so therefore it's hard to fix. But they definitely disappear. Your keybinds vanish. It's why I don't use them. I would love to use keybinds. I had a whole like keybind setup for it, and I don't because they just vanish and it annoys me. Feels like a trailer. Are you talking about the map intro, Decky? The video that is designed to introduce people to the map, give them a little taste. I can't take credit for them. I will. So I know a couple of people from the StarCraft scene. It looks like we're ready, so I will finish the story in a second. Right, we are here. We have unpaused. We're playing Revival of all things. Look at all these spells. Look at all these spells. Playing as the Blue Tribe, Blue Base. Well, Cyan Tribe, Blue Base. We have Mammut. Green Tribe, Green Base. Going to be facing off against him is Clan Asgard's Rallyma. And over on the other side, Red Tribe, Red Base. We've got Dugs, not affiliated with the clan. And then Yellow Tribe, Yellow Base. We've got TDM's Mr. Tank. So it's going to be Mammy. So Cyan and Red versus Yellow and Green. On Pressure Point, we've already seen this map once before, but what we didn't see was this map with everything turned on. So there's a few cool things that we can explain while we wait for our players to get underway. Obviously, all the spells are available, but they have had their behaviors changed. I'm not going to go through every single change because I'll just be talking the entire game for what is effectively the patch notes. But for example, Swamp is a damage over time spell now. It does not just instantly kill 10 people. Magical Shield provides a second HP bar to the unit, which can be blocked effectively. So it will take an amount of Fire Warrior shots, it will absorb them, and then it will expire. So you can actually damage through Magical Shield, which is a cool idea. You can't stack Magical Shield and Invisibility at the same time. That's another one. It's one buff per unit. Earthquake's mana cost is expensive, more expensive. Erode's is cheaper. Erode also has a valley effect when it casts, just to help it do some actual eroding instead of just being eroded by itself. Flatten heals damaged ground. Nobody ever uses it, but it does have the ability to heal damaged ground. You can also cast Flatten on the center of a hill. This is a hill. To reduce the hill back to its normal size. As well as that, if I hold Alt and right click, you can see I can change hill to a different spell. This is Tree. It spawns trees. It's very useful. So, as well as all spells, there are all buildings. All buildings too. So we'll see if we see any unusual buildings. Players might be a little bit too caught in the rhythm. I'm not seeing any strange plans so far. No sudden balloon huts. We've got to be careful for this sort of stuff. The randomly appearing balloon hut. Temple for Rallyma. My favourite unit is the Preacher. Mr. Tank's building his base a little bit slow. This isn't Mr. Tank, this is Doug's. Doug's is building his base a little bit slowly. Sorry to do you like that, Mr. Tank. Mr. Tank's building his base just fine. Warrior, Fire Warrior. Just Fire Warrior. These need to get into towers. Yeah, there you go. A little trick to help you speed up your building, particularly on maps like this. You can sort of see it here, but it can be done a little bit better. Is build on the diagonal. So when you're placing these first huts, you prioritize this one, for example, because it's the furthest out. I don't actually think you can place this one initially, but it's a good example hut. Because if you build on the diagonal, it allows you to place all of this. Whereas if you build this one, you can just do these. So building on the diagonal opens up your ability to cover more ground with huts. This one's a great example for yellow, because this opens up all of this. Oh, we've got in a road for Doug's. I'm not sure that that's the opener I would have gone for. A road is cheaper, but it does lower a lot of defense. It does take it down. We're going to see a land bridge to repair that, of course, but the defense being gone is still useful. That's still damage. It's still what you would expect the earthquake to do. Rally, of course, our only player who's gone off the book so far. We've got Fire Warrior, Warrior, Fire Warrior, Fire Warrior, Warrior. Meanwhile, in Rallyman base, we've got Fire Warrior, Spy, and Temple. Temple. Bridge from Mr. Tank. From the tower. Interesting choice. I think Rallyman stopped building his base. He's just sort of stopped building, which you never want to do on PP. No matter what your skill is, you just always want to build. You build until you can't build anymore. The building has slowed down for Mr. Tank as well. Which tells me shamans are doing things. Let's have a little look. We've got Mammoth takes on Rallyma on the hill. Rallyma forced to withdraw. Those armies push Rallyma around. He's on stars. He's the shins on low health. Low health. Earthquake for Mammoth. Doesn't matter if it has a shorter range. It's still Earthquake. Costs more mana, but it is still Earthquake. Mr. Tank's gone back to building his base. I think he's overtraining Fire Warriors here. Now, professional players might have a different feeling. Hold on, we've got tornadoes for Rallyma here. Going to empty out some of these towers at the front. Yeah, what I was saying, a little bit overtraining of Fire Warriors here for Mr. Tank. I think you got to remember, every troop that you train, pros have this careful balancing act of knowing exactly how many Fire Warriors they need, because every troop that you train is a troop that's not building. And when the base is this big, you really do want everyone building. Here we go. Is this a temple? We've got temple. Temple. Lightning comes out for Rallyma, but it sounds like we just heard a shaman die as well. So it looks like that was a shaman trade. Mamu, I think, has accidentally dismantled an entire row of huts. I'm keeping my eye out. If you're wondering why I'm going into worldview so much this game, I'm keeping my eye out for shenanigans. You really got to watch shenanigans here. Up. I thought Rallymo was dismantling for a second there, but no. Just building the huts. Temple from tank. Too many fire warriors, in my opinion, though. That was a lot. Good that he's stripped back this defense from Doug's. What is Doug's going to do? We haven't seen much from Doug's. We saw that really interesting early erode and then very little else. Temple coming out for him as well. So you've got to be careful. One of the things that people underestimate in Revival is the extra buildings add extra shapes. And that sounds super obvious, but I described earlier on in the tournament when we saw actual PP the level of... Oh, lightning comes out. Does it get the kill? It doesn't. Mammoot's still alive. He's going to push Rallymer away. Push Rallymer away. So these players, they have, or good experienced pressure point players like Mammoot, they have the bases pretty much memorized how they should be built. But when you add a balloon hut, or in this case, this is a temple. When you add a temple, and then a spy hut, and then a balloon hut, and a boat hut, all those shapes change how the base can be built if you're going to include those units. Spy burning a tower here. Good choice. Tornado picks up the shaman, but doesn't get the kill there. Rallymer did roll into the water, didn't use his... Oh, but the fire warrior shot from the tornado. Tragic. Or great, depending on your opinion. So I'm watching the shenanigans. We've got temples. Rally's finishing his base. Temples for everyone. Only... Oh, there you go. Ghost army. Oh, it looks like Doug's is going to go for the back of the base with a boat. Now you've got to remember that boats, the vehicles with shamans in them, do move slower. Priests. Oh, invisibility on some warriors. Good choice here. Typically, invisibility on preachers is a little bit stronger, but these warriors are going to do a little bit of damage, and a little bit of damage is always good. Excellent use here from Doug's. There I was saying, is Doug's going to do anything? And he's like, shut up, Lovenji. Now, actually disrupting the base that hasn't even been fully built, getting your base disrupted before you've even finished building it is a great opportunity. They get a hut! Actually get a hut. Cool thing about preachers, I've mentioned it before in other tournaments where they're on, but there are 3 hut models. Hold on. Hold fire. Shaman door. Mammoot gets the better of Rallymer there. Right, there are 3 hut models. You've got this one. You've got... I think this is the same one as that one. There are 3 hut models, but if you look where the hut is placed, you can see... There's even more invisible troops. Where the hut is placed on the model, this actually has relevance when preachers are involved. Because when fire warriors shoot from inside a hut, they become visible. They actually exit the hut to shoot. If you put a preacher here for this model, and the other model, I think it's this one, they will get preached to. The preacher can reach them. This model, this hut, cannot be preached to in any way. You can put fire warriors in here, and there is no way for the preacher to get at them, because the hut model is in the middle and not at the back. I see these 2. Should have just gone to Rally's base all along, because these are literally the 3 hut models side by side. Preachers, not preachers. The boat attack from Doug's doing a lot of damage here. Double erode, look at this! Say goodbye to your base, and an earthquake! Doug's has just stockpiled an absolute massacre of spells. Look at that! From the back. That's how you make use of the boats. Training all those fire warriors and then not having them at the back of your base to defend seems a little bit brave. See what Rallymer's doing. Rallymer is also going for the boats. Boats tend to be preferred over balloons because you can move a lot more units with boats. So in my experience with the Revival, although everyone associates balloons from the single player being like the cool, fun unit or vehicle, boats are infinitely more useful. but they're traded off by the fact that obviously they're boats. They can only go on the water. They're also boats and have to be controlled. Boats typically don't like being controlled. So that was a great attack from Doug's. What he needs to do now is be careful here. This is very exposed and very vulnerable. Nice lightning from Rallymer, going to get the kill onto Mammoth. He's going to throw down the Ghost Army. And a Swarm. And another Tornado. He's just going to slowly push his way in, trying to make his way through the defenses. There's another Ghost Army and another Ghost Army. Rally needs to be a little bit... Rally needed to be a little bit more patient there. Got to be really careful about stuff like that. And look at this. Big. This is why I said Preachers are better. Look at this. Evil fucking bastards. You've got to be careful about your priests. About your base. Look, Doug's has got priests here. Why isn't he just making use of these? I know his shaman's coming back to deal with them, but you could push your shaman to the front and use your priests. Make use of them. One of these priests is still alive. There you go. It looks like... Nope. We're watching it all fall apart at the power of a couple of holy boys. Doug's is not watching the priests. Throws out a lightning. He does get the kill onto Mr. Tank. But you've got to do something about the priests. The holy boys. Watching a lot of defensive shamaning going on over this side. It is unreal. He's lost a hut. He's going to lose another one. Okay, priests finally respond. That's what you needed to do. Tornado onto the tower. Going to empty that out. We've got another light from Rally Mode. Looks like he managed to get the better of Mammut. Erode onto the... It's not quite where Rally wanted it. He needed it to be a little bit back. I get the idea. The Earthquake on the front line. He's going to take the volley and die, but he is just going to throw the Earthquake out. He needs to start getting damage in. You know, loss of the hill is important. High ground is an advantage. I think Rally would have preferred more damage. If you're a Hybrid Theory fan, you certainly prefer him to have more damage. But... Oh, good! Erode kill on the Shaman there. Excellent Erode kill on the Shaman. If you can force a Shaman into rolling because of how the game calculates fall damage, you can kill people. You can kill people with Erode. Tornadoes for Mammut. Gonna empty out the towers. Sorry for that strangeness of me going into worldview there. I was baited by someone in the chat. This is why you ignore chat. Thanks, guy in chat. Doug's taking an Earthquake for free and actually dying to Mr. Tank there as well. It's good. You're seeing a really... I know a lot of people don't like Revival and they have complaints about, oh, look at this from Rallymer, this is good. But a priest comes out the temple just in time to save him. Oh, look at the chaos. This is what I like about Revival. When you're seeing all these spells being used, it's little bits of damage. It's like Econ Harass in StarCraft. I like it. I enjoy it. It's annoying to play, though. I'll be the first person to say playing Revival is fucking stressful. Rally going on into Mammut's base. Lightning does get the kill, however. Good use of... Doug's is just on a hill. He needs to be He was doing so good about proactively attacking, and he sort of slowed right down. He needs to be making... Good kill onto Mr. Tank there. But look, he's lost his whole side strip, and there's not really been a reason for him to lose the side strip. given like the way this game has panned out. You know, he's been in his base pretty much the whole time. He's, you know, he lost this, and he's lost all this. What you probably want to do if you're Dugs, I'll check that in a second, is retake the middle, because this is obnoxious. If Dugs can take this, puts them in a much stronger position. So this was once the front of Green Base, and it has now been eroded into nothing. Yeah, Erode is significantly stronger. It creates... So the thing is with Erode is it struggled to get started. So it's paired with a Valley effect. And what that Valley effect does, it's from Forge Worlds. Valley doesn't care about the height of terrain, it just lowers. So it's paired with an effect that says lower and the Erode effect, which helps it, you know, actually erode. Rallymer's building the Great Wall of Mibble to replace what was just eroded. Dugs throws out a long-range lightning, trying to get Mr. Tank there. See what happens on this side. Dugs has had some very good, strong, aggressive plays, but he's just slowed down. It's a bit like he's not confident. And Rally's got what I like to call the anti-shaman bug ready. Because the shamans move slower in vehicles, it's always a good idea to have this prepared. Shaman's trade once again. Tornadoes for Rallymer, just stripping back Mammoth's defense. Nice lightning from Rallymer there. Takes the kill onto Mammoth. Now you've got to remember, a lot of people like to sleep on Rallymer, but he's not a bad player. He's very strategically sound, and what's more, in Revival, he has a strong winning record against Mammoth. Mammoth and Rally have faced many times, and of those many times, Mammoth's actually lost to Rally. The Angel of Death we've got here. They're not terribly stressful to deal with, I don't think, anyway, and they're quite expensive. Dugs has made it successfully to the back of Yellow Base. Do something, Dugs. Do something, Dugs. He's actually... There's followers here to support. I think Mr. Tank has just been taken out of the game by a combined... He's attacking the front, and there's priests taking all his fire warriors. It's let Dugs get right into the base. One tornado... That was a strange exit. Tornado onto the fire warrior training hut. Tornado onto the warrior training hut. Erode amongst all those huts. Dugs has done another good bit of damage. Excellent. I keep saying Dugs needs to do something, and then Dugs actually comes out and does something. It's good to see. Players need to make full use of everything available to them. Look at these priests. They're just everywhere. Where is the Yellow Shaman? What is she doing? Did she die? Rally's recognized there's trouble afoot. Sends followers to help Mr. Tank out. The priest army are exactly what I needed. My mother is texting me and I don't have time, Mum. I don't have time. Chat saying Doug's expanding UK style. Arrive in a boat and say this land belongs to me. Do you have a flag? No flag, no country. You can't have one. How do you feel about religious stories told by men holding books? Dugs, man, Dugs, Dougie Y. I don't know if he likes being called Dougie, but I'm going to say Dougie, why? And the Fire Warriors, they know. They already know. They already know. There she goes. Bye. That's why you have the anti-Fire Warrior boat, by the way. The anti-Fire Warrior, the anti-Shaman boat of 2 Fire Warriors. You only need 2. Lights. I'm gonna clear up Rallymer there. Big attack from Rally, but I don't think it got the damage that he was hoping for because these towers have been nicely staggered, so they're a little bit difficult to deal with. If you put Fire Warriors in here, it's safe because that's an unbreachable. Nice hypnotize from Mammut there, going to make use of some of those warriors. He throws out an earthquake, but he gets knocked into the water as a result. I'm pulled all over the place trying to keep up with this bloody game, but look at Mr. Tank's base. Basically doesn't exist anymore. Oh, if at first you don't succeed, try again, but you're in trouble. You're in trouble, Dugs. There you go. I heard a say tanko. Invisibility preachers, by the sounds of it, being made use of. Flattened to get some buildable terrain within the base. We're seeing if Rally... Oh, and unfortunate for Rally there. Getting pushed into the water like that. Dugs' Fire Warrior boat lost to Rally's Fire Warrior boat. This choice is always interesting. You've got to remember, Preachers, good unit. They can talk to any infinite amount of warriors. Dugs could be rebuilding this. Well, you know, he has to take out these towers as well. And I would like to see that from Dugs. He's done great here. He's sort of throwing a bit with his commitment to boats and trying to help Mammy. Mammy doesn't need help. Stop doing this. Move middle. Retake middle. And then help Mammy. If you have control of middle, you can just attack here all day and have fun. Oh, erode from Mr. Tank gets the kill onto Dugs there. Second erode, also good. You got to remember, Mr. Tank hasn't been out of his base in a while. He is sat on mana. Just tower this. Tower it immediately. I want to see the tower plans down now. Put the towers down like right now. Well, it looks like Mammut understands the importance of the center control at least. Mammut's going to clear out some of these towers. Give them an opportunity. This hut can be rebuilt. I'm being super judgmental, but you know, there's always lots that can be done in a pressure point game, and that's why it's such a highly regarded map, because it really does test everything. We've got Preachers at the back of Mr. Tank's base again. Rally's got a couple of patrolling Fire Warriors, but they're not in range of this other guy. Look, even more over here as well. Troops just getting in everywhere. Completely changes the dynamic of the game. Earthquake from Mammut. That's going to hurt because this is pretty much Mr. Tank's healthy base. Losing that is not good. Rallymer just tried to challenge him. That tornado wasn't even close. Rally just backs off there. Cat saying Revival is so funny to watch. It's hard work. Revival is hard work to cast. I've got to be honest. Lightning from Rally doesn't find the kill. Excellent blast from Mammut. Going to knock Rally into the water there. Ghost army used for Dugs. Shaman going to push on in with the assistant. These are all empty. Doesn't even need the warriors. These are all empty. Just going to blast a couple of the followers. Erode. Oh, Erode and Angel of Death. Oh, this is a good one. This is excellent. Angel of Death is a good tool when you're ahead. It doesn't do very much when you're even with your opponent. But when you're ahead of your opponent and your opponent's just trying to stay alive, Angel of Death is a game finisher. So now that Mr. Tank has to deal with this, he's in big trouble. Oh, we've seen a swamp. My favourite spell. Not this version of it, though. I prefer its original version. So we've seen most of the spells at this point. We've seen... What have we seen? We've seen Angel of Death. We've seen Flatten. We've seen Earthquake. We've seen Erode. We've seen Hypnotize. We've seen Tornado. We've seen Swamp. We've seen Land Bridge. We've seen Lightning. We've seen Ghosts, Swarm, Invisibility, Blast, and Convert. So we have seen a good roster of the revival spells here. Having to use lights to clear troops in your base is never a good sign. It's one of two things. It's you're so far ahead you don't care, which Mr. Tank definitely isn't, or you're desperate and are just clinging on to dear life. And I think if we look at this base, this is clinging on to dear life territory. Rally's doing his best. You know, we've seen Rally launching attacks over here. We've seen him fighting Mammut. He's done a good bit of damage here to Mammut. Can I say that? And he's just died, I think. You know, he was defending the boat attacks here. He's really done his best to try and keep his ally in the game. He sent troops over here as well. Come on, Mr. Tank, it's not over. Build a hut. Come on. You can put a hut here. Get to it. So I would say for Doug's first attack, I think there was a bit of a mistake by Mr. Tank. I don't know if it's... I was saying at the start that he built too many Fire Warriors and that was affecting the rate at which he built. So I don't know if the issue was that he built too many Fire Warriors or that he didn't have any Fire Warriors back here. That first attack really set a pace. It allowed Doug's to decide the control of the game. Or to take control of the game, or decide the pace of the game. I sort of merged the two phrases there. And now Rally's just in a position where he's got to fend off against two Shamans. Angel of Death from Mammut. I think we'll be seeing GG very, very shortly. Look at this. Red troops have just run into Yellow's base. Did you hear the word? What's the word? He's a-coming. Who's a-coming? Doug's is a-coming. Start of the show. Firestorm 4. It appears that Mammut has multiplied his Angel of Death. He cast one Angel of Death and it has turned into 4. Which is what they were talking about in the chat. I'm not sure what did that. But I think the game was over anyway. Rally did an amazing job, says Tandar. Absolutely. Rally did very, very well. So we're going to go to post-game 2. Did I get the outcome of this match right? Hi, we're back. Day 3. Day 3, game 3. We've only got one more left to do. We've only got one more left to do. It's Mr. Cooper versus Rallymer. Hybrid Theory lost the last game, so they get to pick for this final 1 versus 1. What base they would rather be. I'm going to assume that Rally is saying he would prefer to be yellow base. Yep, cool. Perfect. This is well of Mimir. This is not the correct map. Let's do a very quick introduction, as we've already seen these players, but we'll do it one more time, just to keep with the theme, the tradition, as it were. The longest game for Mr. Cooper is 3 hours 40 minutes long. His average game length is 23 minutes long. His total game time is 3 months, 25 days, 9 hours and 40 minutes. He's got a recent match history of 9 wins, 11 losses. He has a favourite map of Pressure Point from the beginning. Ally betrayals of 64. Shamans killed 68,000, almost 69,000. And Cooper's killed a total population of 1,025,000. Clan Asgard's Rallymer, on the other hand, total game length, or longest game length of 2 hours 15 minutes and 45 seconds, an average game length of 15 minutes 29 seconds, total game time of 19 days 3 hours 54 minutes and 36 seconds. Recent match history of 6 wins 14 losses after what we just saw. His favourite map is Treacherous Waters from Revival Regenerated. He's got 3 ally betrayals, 10,000 shamans killed, and almost 131,000 population killed. He probably hit that tonight. So those are our 2 players. There's nothing left. I've just noticed that I haven't changed the scores for the final spreadsheet, so that will be fun. There's nothing left for us to do here but to launch the game. So let's launch. Radiant Glow. They've said good luck, have fun. We're going into our final game. Final map intro. I'll see you on Yggdrasil. Hello everyone. It's our final game of the tournament. We've made it. We've made it here, and I've done my best. The in-between game segments might have lacked some professionalism, especially today. Oh, very distractible. But we're here, and we are playing Yggdrasil. It's the 1 versus 1 variant of Pressure Point. Hoping to close this tournament out for the Kushals, we've got Mr. Cooper. Red Tribe, Red Base. Playing on the other side, it's Yellow Tribe, Yellow Base. It's Clan Asgard's Rallymer, and I'm sure he would rather this was Revival Yggdrasil. But we'll see. He's going to do his best. If you're wondering why I'm phrasing it like that, of course, Mr. Cooper plays this quite a lot, I would say. He's a pretty decent 1v1er. Rallymer, on the other hand, is very experienced and very capable. I mean, he showed it in his previous game. A very capable Revival player. He does know how to play in the default restrictions, but I think it's lack of practice. He's not really practiced playing 1v1s in the same way. This tower's going to create hell for him if he lets this finish. But I can talk a little bit about that diagonal now. Right, so yellow's got 4 huts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Rally's finishing this one first. Really, you should finish this one first, because the second this one is finished, you know, from this one you can go 1, 2, 3. When this one finishes, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you can finish this one and then do that again. And you should build on the diagonal. Build on the diagonal. It's the smart. You see, Cooper's done exactly that. Fire Warrior hut goes up first because you need it to build your towers. Built the hut that then lets him place more huts. Built a hut that lets him place much more huts. Very aggressive play here. Cooper being very disruptive with the population on the side, just not letting Rally truly solidify his position. That tower's now complete, and that Fire Warrior is going to get in here, and Rally's really going to wish he did something about that. Or not. He was busy doing other things. Right, that Fire Warrior in that tower is going to retreat. That's the smart thing to do, because this is under fire from this and it will not win. So you just get to keep that Fire Warrior alive. Used it to win these fights. Withdraws the Fire Warrior. So Fire Warrior getting in here is a little bit sad. If this Fire Warrior was in either of these, he could have denied this. So a little bit of reserved initial Fire Warrior placement for Rally, and you've got to be careful doing that, because when you are reserved about where you place your Fire Warriors, you give up ground, and when you give up ground, Populous, as I've always said, it's a territory control game. You win by seizing ground from others. Just disrupting this front line. Gonna have to abandon this tower as well. You really don't underestimate the range of this. Oh no, this tower might be alright. It might just be the tree that's in the range. So typically, yellow starts off with a slightly stronger combat. It's my preferred base. I prefer playing yellow to red, though I was trained on red. Used to 1v1 a reasonably good player, quite a lot, and I always had to be red, even though I liked yellow more. So I was trained on red. I say trained like I'm any good. I'm still not good. So. Was trained on red, but I prefer yellow. Earthquake taking out a couple of towers. Not much else. But it's good to see that from Rally. You know, coming forward. Not afraid to leave his base and be like, okay, we're gonna play a game here. He's not gonna just sit in his base and get beaten to death. Mr. Cooper comes in, gets an good combination of the Fire Warrior and the Blast there. Mr. Cooper goes down to Rally, but Cooper's already cast the Earthquake, and Rally needs to. There you go. He needs to cast a spell to stop his shaman burning alive. Look, warriors from Rally already. Good to see. Lots of players neglect warriors, and they're super important in PP. And they're going to be key to trying to dislodge a position like this. You have to help them, though. You have to help warriors. With this hill, you have to help them. By the time they actually get up here, they're often too soft to be able to empty it properly, especially with Braves nearby. Yeah, so you're seeing this here. Cooper's going to withdraw a couple of the Fire Warriors to save them. They just about clear this position out. Another Earthquake from Rally on the front lines. And it cuts good. You know, if it cut this way, it would have been a bit boring and a bit wasteful. But, you know, cutting the other way, it has opened up this red defense. You've got to remember, one of the most vulnerable spots for the red base is this here. Because you can spell walk down this corner and do all sorts of havoc here. And what Rally has done is he's laid the foundation for him to be able to do that. Because now you can push forward, light here, light here, light here, sneak down, have a good old time. You don't even need the lights. Lights are what you do if you're rushing. You can swarm, and that will do the same thing for a lot less mana. And swarm will empty 2 towers as opposed to just burning 1. Don't like this tower. This tower's a little bit wasteful. You can already build a hut here. If you want to tower yellow base, you can put it. I think it's here. If you put it here, then you can build then you can build a hut here, and then that goes back along the strip. Cooper's obviously got the red tower. Does the same thing. So after that earthquake in the heart of yellow base, he's going to tornado his way in and just push in aggressively. I think Cooper does have control of this game so far. This is going to be very annoying. I don't like the Fire Warrior hut at the end. It's too exposed. I put it here. It reinforces your front a bit faster. Sorry, people saying that this end is a good spot for the Fire Warrior hut. I was just saying I'd prefer it here. It's usually Warrior hut, hut, Fire Warrior hut, hut. There you go. It's one of the beauties of these 1v1s and these pressure point bases. I keep talking about people having these builds. People do deviate and they do have their own versions. Warriors from Rallyma. Good choice. Going to be attacking the front. I don't think they'll get much done. There's a lot of Fire Warriors for Cooper here. You've got to be careful. It's good to have Warriors and it's good to use troops on attacking, but it's not good to throw them away. You've got to remember, troops cost mana to train. They are themselves in population as well. And Brave generates, I think it's something like 3 times the amount of mana as a trained troop. So, you know, you're not just paying mana to train troops, but you're cutting your mana generation by however many troops you have. You know, it's usually negligible for a lot of pop players, but those are costs that add up over the course of the game. If you had those 4 warriors and did something great with them, then they were worth it. But if you had those 4 warriors and you just threw them away, you paid not just the mana to train them, but all the mana they could have generated as braves to effectively just throw them away. Good defense from Mr. Cooper. He's still vulnerable on this side, and he does. I'm sure he's aware of that, but he does need to be careful. You know, he's got really good, really nice kill there from Rallyman. He's got really good shored up side defense here. I think Rally's just not getting in here, but this is vulnerable. Cooper's working on it. He's just built a 3rd tower now. Brave going to get in there. Let's have a little look at the bases. Not finished for Rally. Might have messed up a hut actually. This hut might have been messed up. So a finished but imperfect finished base for Rally, I think. Earthquake does come out, but he dies to the towers. Cooper's not actually finished his base either. There's a little bit more here, a little bit more here. So a little bit slow. I think the aggression perhaps taking its toll right now, given that with 11 minutes in, you would expect bases to be finished by now. Or close to it. command towers. This is a bit painful for Rallymer. This is probably where his defense was the strongest, and I wouldn't even say it was that strong per se, but his defense was definitely stronger at the front, so losing these towers to Tornado definitely hurts. Goes out for Rally onto Cooper there. It's good to get that kill, but he needs Warriors to be stripping back this defense, and he needs to get something done. And he needs to get it done without dying. This is the important thing, and I think it's one of those things you see from sort of decent players to pro players, is their ability to attack without just throwing their shaman away. Because I think Rally's going to get impatient. I was going to say Rally's going to get impatient and Earthquake here and die, but he didn't even get that far. He just sort of died. Plan's just gone down for Cooper. It looks like he is going to finish out the base. These towers on the high ground, they are aggressive. We're going to see the side door. This makes sense. Rally's stretched quite thin, so it's a good way to solidify your position without really risking anything. The ability to troop here is just going to tax Rallymer's APM even further, and Rallymer's sort of struggling to keep up as it is. So it's a good decision to just open up additional paths. Play for Cooper onto the hill. Rally's going to push forwards, just try to clear some of these troops up. Oh, but he's caught walking away. Shaman into the water. Dead Shaman. Free attack for Cooper here. Meanwhile, Cooper's got a couple of these forward towers built. If he gets those filled as well, Rally loses control of a little bit more territory as well. Fire Warriors shooting. Good to have them in huts, and they do get the Shaman killed there. They're not saved, so they are now all going to die. Fire Warriors in huts. Good defense against Warriors. This could be filled. It might be a bit late now that there's a Fire Warrior in here. Yellow Shaman. We'll throw down a couple of Ghost Armies. What we can see, one Earthquake. Onto the defense of Cooper here. We'll see what it does. Could be good. It doesn't destroy any towers, but that's a wild lowering. Like, all of this just dropped massively. And more importantly, is Rally actually escaped that one with his life. Would be nice to see the RBLB from Rally here. The whole reason that the people do this land bridge is because it allows you to move to center position faster. Population updates, courtesy of my chat, it's 115 to 99. You might be thinking that's not very much, but you do also have to factor in the map control. Cooper's struggling a little bit on his front, but he's still got plenty of defense, and he's got middle. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Excuse me, I'm forgetting to breathe while I talk, and it's forcing me to yawn. Rally's coming forwards. He's going to light some towers and run away, I think. Fire Warriors have been clicked on his Shaman, so if he can just run away and Cooper doesn't recontrol them, then they're all just going to die. It's a great way to kill a bunch of Fire Warriors. But the problem is we're effectively seeing a trade offered here, and I'm worried for Rallymer that he doesn't have what it takes to pull this off. And I don't mean that from a skill perspective, but in order to do very well in a trade, you need warriors. And I don't think Rally has warriors. In fact, I think he's died. I didn't see where or how, but I don't see his Shaman, so I actually think his Shaman has died. Swarms coming out here. Just going to clear out those towers. Nice light onto Cooper there, but the Earthquake has been used. But you know what? It doesn't really do anything. It's a whole lot of nothing for that mana spent. These warriors, though, they're going to be a nuisance. And Cooper's buying time. This land is healed, and he's already building towers on it, which is what Rallymer is not doing. You know, Rally's not taking this time to build a bunch of towers here and try to re-secure this position. He's going straight for the attack. And this is sort of the APM challenge of Populous. I don't know how to say it politely, but you need to be doing both. You need to be setting up your defense for the next inevitable Shaman attack. Unfortunate death there for Rally. A little bit surrounded by the swarm, as it were. You know, you need to be making this attack without dying. At the same time, you need to have towers down. Tundar quite famously says that when he takes damage, he already puts the tower plan down. He doesn't worry about how he's going to build it, but the second that something gets earthquaked, he puts new towers down. And I think a lot of players do that. They're just immediately replacing the defense the second it disappears, and worrying about how to build it later. There we go. We're seeing Red's basically making a nice wide, easy to maneuver path for himself. He's going to put a couple more towers here. You can even squeeze a hut in for extra population. So Warriors can clear up some ghosts. Cooper's got Warriors in the position as well. Got to be careful. So we're going to see Shaman versus Shaman. Rally does have the advantage of the high ground here. Let's see what happens. Swarm comes out, sends everyone a panicking. Oh, nice attempt there. So there was an attempt to get the Shaman tied up with the ghosts and then light her. Didn't pay off. Cooper with a great return blast there. Just going to send Rallymer swimming. We might see the game-ending attack coming through here. I accidentally pushed the Windows key. I do apologise. Fire Warriors do get the shot off onto Cooper, though. They do get a killer, but not before she throws off one Earthquake. But again... Oh, no, never mind it. Strange. Earthquake over here. These sink. Ridiculous spell. But look at this. This is where Cooper is winning. Populous being a territory game. Look at this territory. If we go onto the horizon like this, Rally now has to work through all of these towers, most of which are already full of Fire Warriors. Has to work through all these towers, all these Fire Warriors. And you know what? He's being valiant. He's doing his best, but I'm not sure he's going to do it. Good light to empty out one of those towers there, but Cooper's even microing. Look, he's already brought one of the Fire Warriors back into the tower from the direction that Rally was trying to attack. Rally's now effectively just made land for Cooper. Meanwhile, Cooper's going to say, do you know what? Actually, I reckon you can't pull it off. Cooper's going to gamble on that Rally is going to die in this attack and just go for an attack of his own. And I think that's smart. Rally's shown that he is impatient and is very likely to die trying to get a sort of desperation attack off. And Cooper's just been able to tear up this entire strip with warriors. Rally is being patient. They're, you know, the Fire Warrior numbers are dwindling. All of these towers are empty. But I think it's taking Rally too long to get this attack off. And in that time, Cooper is going to drop a bombshell or 7. It was in reference to a firestorm. Now Rally's controlling something else instead of his shaman, so he's getting bullied by a Fire Warrior for free. There's one earthquake. Does Cooper cast anything else? Nope, just the earthquake. Oh, almost dangerous roll there for Cooper. Rally has actually retreated, so Rally's just let Cooper do this for free, effectively, because if you spend all that time at the front trying to do something, and then you retreat anyway after he's used all his spells, it's kind of like, well, why didn't... You were going to defend, why didn't you defend before he used all his spells? But he does get the kill onto Cooper. What do you want to do if you're Rally right now? Well, there is no defense for Cooper. Cooper's defense is basically non-existent, but it looks like that's about to change, so his window to do something about that has sort of passed. He needs to shore up his defense. There's a lot of strange land like this that can probably be towered. These will make nice towers. Put some towers here. He needs to shore up his defense and just slowly first reclaim this, take this back, get it built up, and then reclaim the center. But he has to do that without losing the front. And that's a big ask, even for some of our best players. Earthquake. From Cooper onto a group of towers. And Rally goes for a swim. That's unfortunate. If you are a Rallymer fan, if you are cheering for Hybrid Theory, you did not want to see that happen. Cooper is going to push on in. He tornadoes the only tower, and look at that. Clever use of ghosts reveals that there are, in fact, Fire Warriors waiting to be naughty in the hut. Earthquake for Cooper. He's pushing yellow back further and further. It's pretty okay. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. Lightning for Rallymer doesn't actually get the kill on Cooper. Cooper's still alive. For Cooper here, just stripping back one of those towers. Again, just got to make it difficult for Rally to get any comfortable position. Once players get their confidence shaken, it can be really hard to feel safe to move out on the map. And once you hit that position, your opponent can run away with the territory control elements of Populous at the beginning. He's going to land bridge himself up to the hill. I think it's okay. He's definitely in a position where he has to camp. If you're a Rallymer fan, if you're a Hybrid Theory fan, if you're cheering for Team Ice, rally camping is exactly what you want to see, because it's his only way right now. If he goes for a trade, he'll drown in just the pure population. So he needs to just kill shamans, have lots of troops, and slowly build his way up. He'll probably have to expand himself with the traditional yellow expand down here. Nice lightning from Rally, though. That's the first of about 16. He needs to do that 16 more times, and then he'll be in this game again. Rally comes forward with warriors. Uses Tornado to empty out one of these towers, but he just doesn't have the numbers it almost seems like a waste to bring the warriors with the shaman. You kind of want them at home defending with the towers to just try and stop Cooper trooping. Look, Rally's pushing forwards. He's trying to get something done, and meanwhile Cooper's like, ha ha ha, I've got swords. They're multiplying. Earthquake for Rally does get the kill on Cooper. Cheeky, cheeky. I don't think it's going to be enough, but it's cute to see. Rally sees the towers. There's so many fire warriors. You can firestorming towers. It's always the way. I'm a known critic for how firestorm is used. And I'm quite vocal about it. Okay. Ooh. One earthquake. So this is the attack that Rally was setting up for right at the very start of the game. But the problem is it's taken him 27 minutes to do that. But it is damage. It is a start. It is what you would expect. The problem is, again, Cooper's just got population in Rallyma's base. They've killed troops. They've killed fire warriors. These towers are all empty. Rally's just gonna... Oh, there are fire warriors in one of the huts. But they're not clicked on the shaman. But they are now. One of them still shooting. Oh, Cooper's getting in. Rally respawns. Can he get the instant? No, Cooper with the core tornado. You don't see that very often. Picks the shaman up instantly. Where does Rally go? Where does she go? Round and round she goes. She's going on a magical journey. She's off to Portugal for the summer. She's still alive. Unreal. I was certain she was going in the water. Cooper with the second tornado. This should kill the shaman. It does kill the shaman. I think we'll see GG called from Rallyma soon. He doesn't have a fire warrior training hut. He doesn't have a base. And I think as much as you might like him, he doesn't have a hope in this game. Although Cooper dies. Look at this. Aggressive play. Always good to see. You want to get this core camp up. It's a tournament. You want to win. You want to win. So you want to get this core camp set up pretty much straight away. Fire warriors. Get the core camp, but it's not a total core camp. It's not a shaman slaughtering core camp. Shaman is alive and able to fight back, and it looks like Rally is going to give it one more. He's going to give it the old college try, as they say. I don't know who they are or why they say things like that. Landbridge to fill in the puddle. It's a good choice. It's a solid choice. Cooper is attacking. Lightning does not find the mark. We'll see if he gets another one. Probably can't afford the mana for another one. A lot of warriors. Only a warrior training hut exists for Rally at the moment. Rally desperately needs a fire warrior training hut. I think that's what this is. This is a fire warrior hut here. Rapid blasting. Population's 151 to 68. So whereas it was very close earlier on, I have just died via desync. Very unusual. That was strange. Populous just wanted to kill me. Wanted to give me that game over experience. Thank you, Populous. I appreciate you and everything you do for me. Ghost Army comes out for Cooper. He's checking whether this hut has fire warriors in it. Rally has shown he is not afraid to use fire warriors in huts. Lightnings are misplaced. The third one is on a warrior. Probably not the way you want to use it. Cooper showing a masterclass. Riley Mer calls GG and surrenders. So that brings an end to the tournament. We have the Kushals taking the tournament. I don't have to worry about the tiebreak scenario because the Kushals won every game today. And I don't think I prepared this screen. I did prepare this screen. But look, those were my predictions. If you wanted to know how my predictions were, those were my predictions. So I'm just gonna move this over here. Okay. So with 3 wins on New Brimnir Palace, 4 walls, and crossfields engage, we have Hybrid Theory, but with 5 wins, which means everyone who was complaining that I added the second map can shut their mouth, because even if you take that win away, even if you make this a 7-map game, the winner with 5 maps is the Kushals. Isn't that fantastic? So, I have been Lovenji. And this has been a bit of an ordeal. I think is the nicest way to say it. Yes. It has been a pleasure. I really hope that people have enjoyed the tournament more this time around. I like to think I did better as a host. I think it was more professional than my Invisible Cup debacle. You may disagree. I do not care. It is what I think. I hope you enjoyed the production elements. I'm aware they were a little bit jank because they were literally all made by me. Every single video, every single image, every single stat screen. It was, I worked very, very hard to make these. Noah, who is credited as Oramus, was very, very helpful in guidance and also provided the font that you're seeing. But yeah, everything that you've seen has been made by me. I do apologise for the clipping microphone. I have no idea where that happened. Was it clipping today at all? I imagine it was. But Luke Hill got my hopes up. Don't think so. Okay. Okay. So we fixed it just in time for the tournament to end. Fantastic. The good news is that will be ready for Struggle Up. If any of you do care, yeah, it was the bit right. If any of you do care, what was, I did ask AI, and AI was like, yeah, it's not a hard limit. So actually, what's happening is on Twitch's side, it's compressing badly, which is why everything looked good to me, including on the stream side, all the stats. Tanda says, thank you for making tournaments and constantly getting you back online. Yeah. I have mixed feelings. I am going to be doing a write up that you can just ignore. It will describe how I feel about the tournament, how I think it went. Just because. I do hope you enjoyed it though. I really do. I tried very hard to put on a show. Tried very hard to make all of these elements, these little map intro videos. Paid about $50 in songs because I had to license all those songs, except the Millie ones because you can't license those. So I had to license all those songs, make all those videos, make all the graphics, make all the screens. It's the most work I've ever put into a pop tournament, so I was proud of it. Yeah, but for now, I've been Lovenji. We're going to go out to our closing screen. And I'm going to say bye for now. And by bye for now, I'm going to go play League of Legends, but because I have nothing better to do. But bye for now.
one.